Srimate Bhaktivedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi
Gauravani Pracharine
Sanavati
Asmayani Shakarine
Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Kṛṣṇa Hare Kṛṣṇa
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Hare Namo Krishna Bhagavindara
Srimati Sudhana
Kakaroti Vajalam
Mango Mandai
Yakti Vajavahan Mande
Shri Guru Nirvana
Paramananda Madhavam
Shri Krishna Ishvara
Hare Om Tat Sat
Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's compilation of the Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book. And today's chapter is entitled as Phalaśruti, the result of hearing, will satisfy the mind and ears and will be able to understand these uncommon activities of deep ecstatic love for Krishna. Under the section, the bodily transformations of Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So we're continuing from Sri Caitanya Charitamrita Antya-lila, chapter 17, text 49.
এ প্রভুর ভাব সবাল্য করিতে আইছে বিলাপ উঠিল উদ্বেগ ভাব মনে কাহে কহু নাহি আলম্পন উদ্বেগ বিষাদমতি উৎসুক ত্রাস ধৃতি স্মৃতি নানা ভাবের হইল মিলন.
Translation: While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lamented in this way, agitation and ecstasy awoke in his mind, and he became very restless. Many transcendental ecstasies combined in him, including anxiety, lamentation, attention, eagerness, fear, determination, and remembrance.
So Lord Chaitanya would experience almost simultaneously different ecstasies.
So Lord Chaitanya would experience almost simultaneously different ecstasies.
Ecstasies that were completely contradictory to each other.
Ecstasies that were completely contradictory to each other.
And this is the nature of Mahabhav. It's only Radharani, Lord Chaitanya, and a few devotees.
And this is the nature of Mahabhav, which only Lord Chaitanya, Ramananda,
Radharani,
Radharani, a few devotees,
Madhavendra Puri.
Madhavendra Puri.
So it's the 8th stage of Krishna Prema.
It's the 8th stage of Krishna Prema.
And it's rarely achieved.
And it is rarely achieved.
So Lord Chaitanya was experiencing these ecstasies which are uncommon.
And so Lord Chaitanya was experiencing these ecstasies which are uncommon. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 50.
কৃষ্ণ বিরহণ মাদ ভাব সাবল্য রাধার উক্তি লীলা শোকে হইল স্ফূর্তি সেইভাবে পড়ে এক শ্লোক উন্মাদেরও সামর্থ্য সেই শ্লোকের করে অর্থে যেই অর্থে নাহি জানে লোক।
The aggregate of all these ecstasies once awoke a statement by Srimati Radharani in the mind of Bilba Mangala Thakur, Lila Sukha. In the same ecstatic mood, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now recited that verse. And on the strength of madness, he described its meaning, which is unknown to people in general.
In other words, Lord Chaitanya's ecstasies are unknown to the people.
In other words, Lord Chaitanya's ecstasies were unknown to other people.
And but he was explaining them, understanding the mentality of Radharani.
He was experiencing them, understanding the mentality of Srimati Radharani. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 51.
শ্রীরাধার উক্তি বিল্বমঙ্গল কৃত কৃষ্ণ করণামৃতে 42 নম্বর শ্লোক।
Translation to the verse. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Alas, what shall I do? To whom shall I speak? Let whatever I have done in hopes of meeting Krishna be finished now. Please say something auspicious, but do not speak about Krishna. Alas, Krishna is lying within my heart like Cupid. Therefore, how can I possibly give up talking of him? I cannot forget Krishna, whose smile is sweeter than sweetness itself, and who gives pleasure to my mind and eyes. Alas, my great thirst for Krishna is increasing moment by moment." Purport. This statement by Srimati Radharani is quoted from the Krishna Karnamrita, text 42.
So Radharani is first saying she wants to forget Krishna.
So Radharani is first saying she wants to forget Krishna.
But then he says, actually, Krishna is in my heart.
But then she says, actually, Krishna is within her heart.
He is more sweet than anything.
He is more sweet than anything.
I cannot stop talking about him.
I cannot stop talking about him.
Oh. My great thirst for Krishna is increasing moment by moment.
My great thirst for Krishna is increasing moment by moment.
Lord Chaitanya, he was experiencing the love of Radharani for Krishna.
So Lord Chaitanya, he was experiencing the love of Radharani for Krishna.
Since Rukmini told him that he knew everything
Since
about Krishna.
Rukmini told Krishna that he knew everything,
What? One thing he didn't know, what she knew and Radharani knew.
but one thing he didn't know that she knew and Radharani knew.
And what is that?
So what was that?
You don't know how much your devotees love you
You don't know how much the devotees love you
and in what way they love you.
and in what way they love you.
And then Lord Krishna, he told Rukmini that in Kali Yuga, I'll come as my devotee.
So then Rukmini, he told Krishna that, then Krishna said to Rukmini that then in Kali Yuga I will come as my devotee.
And that's the reason for Lord Krishna coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So that is the reason for Lord Krishna Chaitanya coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Why Lord Chaitanya is experiencing this pure love.
So that's
Radharani.
that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is experiencing this pure love of Radharani. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anjali chapter 17, text 52.
শ্লোকার্থ শ্রীমতীর কৃষ্ণ বিরহ ব্যাকুলতা বর্ণন যথা রাগ। এই কৃষ্ণের বিরহে উদ্বেগে মন স্থির নহে, প্রাপ্য প্রায় চিন্তন না যায়। যে বা তুমি সখীগণ বিষাদে বাইল মন, কারে পুছো কে কহে উপায়।
The anxiety caused by separation from Krishna has made me impatient, and I can think of no way to meet him. O my friends, you are also deranged by lamentation. Who therefore will tell me how to find him?
In the spiritual world, Krishna goes Mathura, come back after 15 days.
In the spiritual world, Krishna goes to Mathura and comes back after 15 days.
But this pastime, he was cursed to be separate from Radharani for 100 years.
But in this pastime, he was cursed to be separate from Radharani for 100 years.
Radharani was cursed.
Radharani was
He
cursed
settled from Krishna for 100 years.
to be separated from Krishna for 100 years.
So, this is a very intense situation for her.
So this is a very intense situation for her,
And she's expressing this to her friends.
and she is expressing this in different ways. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anjalila, chapter 17, text 53.
হা হা সখী কি করি উপায়, কাহা করো কাহা যাও, কাহা গেলে কৃষ্ণ পাও, কৃষ্ণ বিনা প্রাণ মোর যায়।
Oh my dear friends, how shall I find Krishna? What shall I do? Where shall I go? Where can I meet him? Because I cannot find Krishna, my life is leaving me.
So here, Radharani is expressing her intense separation from Krishna.
So here Radharani is expressing her intense separation from Krishna.
But this is being said by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
But this is being said by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
He's actually tasting the ecstasy of separation that Radharani experiences.
He's actually tasting the ecstasy of separation that Radharani experiences. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anjalila, chapter 17, text 54.
নৈরাশ্যের আকাঙ্ক্ষা ও আদর, ক্ষণে মন স্থির হয়, তবে মনে বিচার হয়, বলিতে হইল ভাবদগম, পিঙ্গলার বচন স্মৃতি করাইল ভাবমতি, তাতে করে অর্থ নির্ধারণ।
Suddenly, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became calm and considered his state of mind. He remembered the words of Pingala, and this aroused an ecstasy that moved him to speak. Thus, he explained the meaning of the verse. Purport: Pingala was a prostitute who said, "To hope against hope produces only misery. Utter hopelessness is the greatest happiness." Remembering this statement, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became ecstatic. The story of Pingala is found in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 8th chapter, verse 22 to 44. as well as in the Mahabharata, Shanti Parva, chapter 174.
Lord Caitanya was going through different ecstasies.
So Lord Chaitanya was going through different ecstasies.
So the realization of Pingala, the prostitute, is mentioned here.
So the realization of Pingala, the prostitute, is mentioned here.
I don't know how many of you have read the 11th canto.
I don't know how many of you have read the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
There the history of Pingala is given.
There the history of Pingala is given.
Actually, the devotees here in Dallas are very nice, very special.
Actually, the devotees here in Dallas are very nice, very special.
And my time here I spent went by very quickly.
And my time here was spent, it went by very quickly.
And I'm looking to be back and see all of you again.
I'm looking to be back and seeing all of you again. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Anchal Lila, chapter 17, text 55.
কৃষ্ণ বিস্মরণ চেষ্টা দেখিয়ে এই উপায়ে কৃষ্ণ আশা ছাড়ি দিয়ে আশা ছাড়িলে সুখী হয় মন ছাড়ি কৃষ্ণ কথা ধন্য কহ অন্য কথা ধন্য যাতে হয় কৃষ্ণ বিস্মরণ.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "If I give up hope of meeting Krishna, I shall then be happy. Therefore, let us stop this most inglorious discussion of Krishna. It would be better for us to talk of glorious topics and forget him."
Radharani is mad after seeing Krishna.
So Radharani is mad after seeing Krishna.
Sometimes she thinks, let me not talk about Krishna, not think about him.
So sometimes she thinks, well, let me not talk about Krishna, let me not think of him.
But she cannot maintain that
But she cannot maintain that
more than a few seconds, few moments.
more than a few moments. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Anjalila, chapter 17, text 56.
কৃষ্ণ কর্তৃক অপ্রাকৃত কামদেব স্বরূপে হৃদয়াধিকার কহিতে হইল স্মৃতি চিত্তে হইল কৃষ্ণ স্ফূর্তি সখীরে কহেইয়া বিস্মৃতি যারে চাহি ছাড়িতে সে শুইয়া আছে চিত্তে কোন রীতে না পারি ছাড়িতে.
While speaking in this way, Srimati Radharani suddenly remembered Krishna. Indeed, he appeared within her heart. Greatly astonished, she told her friends, "The person I want to forget is lying in my heart."
Haribo! Whatever is saying, I'm going to forget Krishna.
So in one verse she's saying, I want to forget Krishna.
Next minute, Krishna is manifest in the heart.
And then next thing, Krishna is manifest in her heart.
Like this. She's showing the high love of Krishna.
So like this, she is showing the high love of Krishna. Sri Caitanya Charitamrita until Lila chapter 17 text 57.
রাধা ভাবের স্বভাবান কৃষ্ণে করায় কামগান কামজ্ঞানে আত্রাস হইল চিত্তে কহে যে জগৎ মারে সে পশিল অন্তরে এই বৈরি না দেয় পাশরিতে।
Srimati Radharani's ecstasy also made her think of Krishna as Cupid, and this understanding frightened her. She said, "This Cupid, who has conquered the whole world and entered my heart, is my greatest enemy, for he does not allow me to forget him."
So, by seeing how Lord Caitanya, he's realizing the pure love of Radharani for Krishna.
So we are seeing how Lord Chaitanya, he is realizing the pure love of Radharani for Krishna.
In this way, he can appreciate how much affection Radharani has for him.
And in this way, he can appreciate how much affection Radharani has for him.
She's actually speaking like a mad person.
But she is actually speaking like a mad person. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita until Lila chapter 17 text 58.
কৃষ্ণার্থে উৎসুক উৎসুকেরও প্রাবীণ্য জিতি অন্য ভাব সৈন্য উদয় হইল নিজ রাজ্য মনে মনে হইল লালস না হয় আপন বশ দুঃখে মনে করে উৎসর্ণে।
Then great eagerness conquered all the other soldiers of ecstasy, and an uncontrollable desire arose in the kingdom of Srimati Radharani's mind. Greatly unhappy, she then chastised her own mind. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, yes, back up. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita until Lila chapter 17 text 59.
শ্রীমতীর কৃষ্ণ পরতন্ত্রতা মনোমোর বাম দিন জল বিনা যেন মিন কৃষ্ণ বিনা ক্ষণে মরি যায় মধুর হাস্য বোদনে মন নেত্র রসায়নে কৃষ্ণ তৃষ্ণা দ্বিগুণ বাড়ায়।
If I do not think of Krishna, my improvised mind will die within a moment like a fish out of water. But when I see Krishna's sweetly smiling face, my mind and eyes are so pleased that my desire for him redoubles. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita until Lila.
So, this Prabhupada said to the Bhagavad Gita, there's other books.
So this Srila Prabhupada said that one should read the Bhagavad Gita and other books
And get the Bhakti Shastra degree.
and get the Bhakti Shastri degree.
First 6 cantos of the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhakti Vaibhav.
The first 6 cantos of the Srimad Bhagavatam, one gets the Bhakti Vaibhav.
The second 6 cantos are Bhakti Vedanta.
And the second 6 cantos are Bhakti Vedanta.
And then Bhagavad Gita, I mean the Caitanya Charitamrita, other books about Lord Caitanya, and a Vaishnava Sarvabhauma.
And so then Chaitanya Charitamrita and other books like Vaishnav Sarvabhauma is the Vaishnav Sarvabhauma.
So this is the end of Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So this is the end of Chaitanya Charitamrita.
This is a very confidential things.
So this is very confidential things.
Lord Caitanya would not expose these even to his devotees when he came to Bengal.
So Lord Chaitanya would not expose these things even to his devotees when he came to Bengal.
When they went back, then he would experience these ecstasies. They called it Ramanarai and Sudamarai.
So when they went back, then he would experience these ecstasies and showing them in front of Ramananda Roy and Sarup Damodar.
So it may be a bit esoteric for all of you.
So it may be a bit esoteric for all of you.
But it gives us some insight into the higher levels of Krishna Prema.
But it gives us some insight into the higher levels of Krishna Prema. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita until Lila chapter 17 text 60.
কৃষ্ণ বিরহে বিলাপ হাহা কৃষ্ণ প্রাণধন হাহা পদ্মলোচন হাহা দিব্য সদ্গুণ সাগর হাহা শ্যাম সুন্দর হাহা পীতাম্বরধর হাহা রাসবিলাস সোনগর.
Alas, where is Krishna, the treasure of my life? Where is the lotus-eyed one? Alas, where is the divine ocean of all transcendental qualities? Alas, where is the beautiful blackish youth dressed in yellow garments? Alas, where is the hero of the rasa dance?
One moment, Radharani, she's saying, I want to forget Krishna.
In one moment, Radharani, she's saying, I want to forget Krishna.
Next moment, she said, where is Krishna?
Next moment, she says, where is Krishna?
She is completely addicted.
She's completely addicted. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 61.
বিরহিণী রাধার ভাবে প্রভুর ধাবন কাহা গেলে তোমা পায় তুমি কহ তাহা যায় এত কহি চলিলা ধাত্রা স্বরূপ উঠি কোলে করি প্রভুরে আনিল ধরি নিজ স্থানে বসাইলা লইয়া.
Where shall I go? Where can I find you? Please tell me, I shall go there. Speaking in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began running, but Swarup Damodar Goswami stood up, caught him, and took him on his lap. Then Swarup Damodar brought him back to his place and made him sit down. Shri.
So, we're experiencing how Lord Caitanya, he was completely absorbed in the mood of Radharani.
So we are experiencing how Lord Chaitanya was completely absorbed in the mood of Radharani,
In love of Krishna.
in love of Krishna.
Now, loving the Supreme Person of Godhead is actually very auspicious.
Loving the Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually very auspicious.
And if we love God, that's the perfection of religion.
And if we love God, that is the perfection of religion,
a perfection of life.
the perfection of life.
But most people, they love their country, or their community, or something.
But most
dogs.
people, they love their country, their community, or something.
Some people love their dog.
Some people love their dog.
We saw some people are walking the dog in the neighborhood.
So we saw some people are walking the dog in the neighborhood.
So we have a tendency to love.
So we have the tendency to love
Because we're a part of Kṛṣṇa.
because we are a part of
And
Krishna.
he has that loving nature.
And he has a loving nature.
And actually we have possibility to love.
And that naturally we have the possibility to love.
That's the difference with the AI, the artificial intelligence.
That's the difference between the AI, the artificial intelligence,
The robots.
the robots.
They don't love anything.
They don't love anything.
Well, they try to tug them and that they'll say and do things
They'll try to program them to say and do things
as if it was love. As if it was
as
love.
if it was love.
But the machines, they can't have sentiments. They can't have love.
But the machines, they can't have sentiments. They can't have love.
And that's the nature of the living entity.
And that is the nature of the living entity.
Because we're part of Kṛṣṇa.
Because we are part of Krishna.
He has love, we have love.
So he has love, we have love.
He's the ocean of love.
He is the ocean of love.
We have a little bit.
We have a little bit.
Radharani sees the extension of Kṛṣṇa, sees his pleasure potency.
So Radharani, she is the expansion of Krishna. She is the pleasure potency.
Her quantity of love even bewilders Lord Kṛṣṇa.
Her quantity of love even bewilders Lord Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shri Caitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 62.
স্বরূপের চেষ্টায় চৈতন্য লাভ, স্বরূপের ভাবোপযোগী গান। ক্ষণেকে প্রভুর বাহ্য হইলা, স্বরূপেরে আজ্ঞা দিলা, স্বরূপ কিছু কর মধুর গান। স্বরূপ গাই বিদ্যাপতি, গীত গোবিন্দ গীতি, শুনি প্রভুর জুড়াইল কান।
Suddenly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to external consciousness and said to Swarup Damodar Goswami, "My dear Swarupa, please sing some sweet songs." The Lord's ears were satisfied when he heard Swarup Damodar sing songs from the Gita Govinda and those by the poet Vidyapati.
And sometimes Lord Caitanya would come to external consciousness.
So sometimes Lord Chaitanya would come to external consciousness.
He'd be aware of the things around him.
He'd be aware of the things around him.
And sometimes he'd be in total ecstasy and be thinking of Kṛṣṇa.
And sometimes he'd be in total ecstasy and thinking of Krishna.
So when he was in external consciousness, he asked Swarup Damodar to sing some sweet songs.
So when he was in external consciousness, he asked Swarup Damodar to sing some sweet songs.
And Swarup Damodar, I sing from the Gita Govinda and Vidyapati, the poet, Lord Chaitanya became pacified.
And Swarup Damodar, by singing from the Gita Govinda and Vidyapati, then Lord Chaitanya became somewhat pacified. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 63.
প্রভুর দিব্যোন্মাদ আদি মহাভাব মূর্ত বিদ্যিত অপরিমেয় এই মতো মহাপ্রভু প্রতি রাত্রি দিনে উন্মাদ চেষ্টিত হয় প্রলাপ বচনে।
Each day and night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would become deranged in this way and talk like a madman. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 64.
একদিনে যত হয় ভাবের বিকার সহস্র মুখেতে বর্ণে যদি নাহি পাই পার।
Even Anantadev, who possesses thousands of mouths, cannot fully describe the ecstatic transformations that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experienced in a single day.
In other words, Lord Chaitanya had so many different manifestations. Even Anantadev, 1,000 mouths.
So, in other words, Lord Chaitanya had so many different manifestations that even Anantadev, who had 1,000 mouths,
He could not explain all of them.
he could not recite all of them.
And what Lord Chaitanya does in a single day.
What Lord Chaitanya does in a single day.
Haribo!
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 65.
জীব দিন কি করিবে তাহার বর্ণন শাখা চন্দ্র ন্যায় করি দিগদর্শন।
What can a poor creature like me describe of those transformations? I can give only a hint of them, as if showing the moon through the branches of a tree.
So, Krishna's Kaviraj is expressing his frustration
So Kṛṣṇa's Kaviraj is expressing his frustration,
and limitation
his lamentation,
that he can only give a hint of all the ecstasies that Lord Chaitanya was going through.
he could only give a hint of all the ecstasies that Lord Chaitanya was going through.
So, whatever he's saying, multiplied by millions of times,
Whatever he was saying, multiplied by millions of times,
and we'll get a slight idea.
would give only a slight idea. So, Guru Maharaj, we're on text 66.
How many more verses are there?
6 more. Mahaprabhu says time out.
Huh?
Mahaprabhu is...
Let's end the 6 more. That's 6 more.
It's 11 o'clock.
Well, that's,
Okay, so Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 66.
প্রভুর দিব্যোন্মাদ শ্রবণে প্রেম তত্ত্ব জ্ঞান উদয় ইহা যেই শুনে তার জুড়ায় মনোকান অলৌকিক গুড় প্রেম চেষ্টা হয় গান।
This description, however, will satisfy the mind and ears of anyone who hears it, and he will be able to understand these uncommon activities of deep ecstatic love for Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 67.
শ্রীমতীর ভাবে প্রভুর স্বয়ং কৃষ্ণ প্রেমোন্মাদ দর্শন কৃষ্ণ প্রেমাস্বাদন ও জীবের তদ্বিতরণ অদ্ভুত নিগৃঢ় প্রেমের মাধুর্য মহিমা আপনি আস্বাদি প্রভু দেখাইলা সীমা।
Ecstatic love for Krishna is wonderfully deep. By personally tasting the glorious sweetness of that love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed us its extreme limit.
As he goes, he was singing how Lord Caitanya revealed
Vasu Ghosh, he was singing, and Lord Chaitanya revealed
the Madhurya Rasa, the ecstasy of loving Krishna in all the aspects.
the Madhurya Rasa, the ecstasy in loving Krishna in all the aspects. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 68.
মহাবদন্য ও কৃষ্ণ প্রেম প্রদাতা অদ্ভুত দয়ালু চৈতন্য অদ্ভুত বদন্য এই ছে দয়ালু দাতা লোকে শুনে নাহি অন্য
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is wonderfully merciful and wonderfully magnanimous. We have heard of no one else within this world so wonderful and charitable.
So merciful.
Oh, so merciful and charitable.
But not only and Lord Caitanya in his mercy freely, without considering who is qualified and who not.
So not only Lord Chaitanya is giving out his mercy freely, not considering who is qualified and who is not,
But even he also gives the highest realization of ecstatic love for Krishna.
he also gives the highest realization of ecstatic love for Krishna.
I'll play that song. Can I sing that song too?
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 69.
চৈতন্য ভজনেই কৃষ্ণ প্রেম লাভ সর্বভাবে ভজ লোক চৈতন্য চরণ যাহা হইতে পাইবা কৃষ্ণ প্রেমামৃত ধন
O people of the world, worship the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all respects. Only in this way will you achieve the nectarian treasure of ecstatic love for Krishna.
Why it's some point the words of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
That's why it is so important to worship the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 70.
প্রভুর দিব্যোন্মাদ উদ্গর্ণা ও চিত্রজল্প বর্ণিত এই তো কহিল প্রভুর কূর্মাকৃতি ভাব উন্মাদ চেষ্টিত তাতে উন্মাদ প্রলাপ
Thus, I have described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic transformations of becoming like a tortoise. In that ecstasy, he talked and acted like a madman.
All his limbs like arms and legs
All his limbs, like arms and legs,
have entered into his body. It looks like a tortoise.
had entered into his body and he looked like a tortoise. Oh, and had entered into his body like a tortoise. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 71.
রঘুনাথ কর্তৃক স্বগ্রন্থে প্রভু লীলা বর্ণিত এই লীলা স্বগ্রন্থে রঘুনাথ দাস গৌরাঙ্গ স্তব কল্পবৃক্ষে করিয়াছেন প্রকাশ
Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has fully described this pastime in his book Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vriksha. Sri Caitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 17, text 72.
স্তবা বলিতে চৈতন্য স্তব কল্পবৃক্ষে স্তবে 5 নম্বর শ্লোকে
Translation to the verse. How wonderful it is! Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left his residence without opening the 3 strongly bolted doors. Then he crossed over 3 high walls, and later, because of strong feelings of separation from Kṛṣṇa, he fell down amidst the cows of the Tailanga district and retracted all the limbs of his body like a tortoise. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared in that way, rises in my heart and maddens me. Gauranga Lila Smaranam Mangala Stotra 90 to 91 by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Aho Mishra. Okay, the translation to the verse. May Sachi's son, staying at Kashi Mishra's house, his heart longing in separation from his Lord, very tall because of his joints had become loosened, his hands and feet elongated, his body fallen on the ground, his voice choked, and his mind agitated, eternally travel on the path of my memory. Next verse, translation. May Sachi's son, who gone out from the stone house with its doors still bolted, went among the Kalinga cows and fell down, becoming like a turtle because his limbs had contracted, eternally travel on the path of my memory.
So, the pastime of Lord Chaitanya is explained here by Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
So these pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, this pastime of Lord Chaitanya is explained here by Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
So, through all these explanations,
And so through all these explanations,
we hope we are able to taste some of the appreciate some of the greatness of pure love for Krishna.
we hope that you're all able to taste, appreciate the pure love of Krishna. Some of the pure love of Krishna. Okay, thus ends the chapter entitled Phalaśruti. Will satisfy the mind and ears and will be able to understand these uncommon activities of deep ecstatic love for Krishna. Under the section, the bodily transformations of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
This one is so we finished this section.
So we finished this section.
So I wanted to finish when I was here in Dallas.
So I wanted to finish when I was here in Dallas.
I mean, even though Kṛṣṇa's Kaviraj said that he's not able to explain, just give a hint.
So even though Kṛṣṇa's Kaviraj said that he was not able to explain, he'd just give a hint.
So even another day, the thousands of miles, he did not actually explain all the emotions, all the ecstasies.
So even though Anantadev with his thousands of mouths could not explain all the emotions, the ecstasies
the Lord Chaitanya experienced in one day.
that Lord Chaitanya experienced in one day.
So we can only hear and appreciate how Lord Chaitanya was.
So we can only hear and appreciate
Lord Chaitanya was experiencing something very great.
So Lord Chaitanya was experiencing something very great.
And if we chant Hare Krishna, serve Krishna, and gradually we can awaken some degree of love for Krishna.
So if we chant Hare Krishna, serve Krishna, then we can awaken to some degree love of Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I heard there was one Jayapataka, you get initiated.
Devalakshmi Mataji, she's going to receive initiation today. She here?
Please make
Hare
some
Krishna.
space for her.
If you look at this Mataji, this condition, she is coming almost every time. Almost all the days she was coming here to take Guru Maharaj's blessings. She was following Guru Maharaj everywhere. So why we should have any complaint when Mataji can take so much austerity to take Guru Maharaj's association? So we should take inspiration from her. Haribo!
Coming in this condition today, inspiration from you, hear from you. So we should have no complaints to come as well.
It's okay, Mataji, you don't need to pay obeisances. Mataji, it's okay. Yeah.
You taking her rounds?
Yeah,
Has
can you
she-
ask in
has
Telugu
she
what are
taken-
the 4 regulative principles that she commit to follow for the rest of her life?
Get Caitanya, get high.
మద్యపానం సేవించరాదు, మాంసాహారం తినరాదు, వ్యభిచారం చేయరాదు, జూదమాడరాదు, ప్రపాదు ఇచ్చిన
Just taking time.
What are the 4 how many rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra minimum per day she commit to chant for the rest of her life?
ప్రతిరోజు 16 మాలలు